Everybody, John McClellan here, ATX Hot Sauce, atxhotsauce.com. Don't forget to subscribe below. Got a great show for you today. Texas Big Yellows. You're probably asking yourself, what is a Texas Big Yellow? Well, I get them from this guy down in Wimberley, Hill Country Hot Peppers. Check him out. My guy Ron down there. Guy is like a mad scientist. He's fantastic. And this is a cross between a Carolina Reaper and a Scotch bonnet. Flavor is immense. The heat is pretty good too. So we got a little experiment time today. We're gonna combine yellow bell peppers, pineapple, some turmeric, some ginger, and onion with these. We're gonna see what's gonna happen. So check it out. All right, let's get to making this Texas Big Yellow. First thing you're gonna need is a really good glass vessel. I like to do, when I do my experiments, I like to do them in gallon jars. Makes probably about 24 bottles. That way I can get all the ingredients in there, do it right. Fermentation lesson number one. When you're cutting peppers, especially super hots, number one, wear gloves. I'm not wearing gloves right now. I want to show you something. There's a reason you want to get these chopped up really well. You see that? That's a place that air bubbles can get all trapped. You want to make sure that you chop these peppers up well enough so all the brine can get down in it. Last thing you want to do is put a full pepper in there. If you put a full pepper in there, there's just basically a big air pocket in there. It's going to mold from the inside out inside your brine. You don't want that. All right, let's get these chopped up. All right, how do we get this brine started? Got a great vessel, like we said, to put it in there. We have one pineapple for each jar we're going to do, one small yellow pepper for each one of these we're going to do. We have some turmeric. We have 40 grams of ginger, and we have some white onions, and that's it. So, like I said before, make sure you chop up your peppers very, very well. Make sure they get all those pockets. You don't want any air in there. I always like when I'm chopping too, look for bad peppers. These look all fantastic. Wow, I can already smell them. You know, like an onion puts off that, makes you cry, right? Peppers do the same thing, makes me sneeze, makes me cough. Sometimes I wear masks. Even before COVID, I was wearing masks when I was cutting peppers. I've already pre-cut a lot of these, so we don't have to sit here and wait for it, but just want to show you when we're doing these, make sure you get them chopped up real good. You don't want any air pockets in there. Fermentation tip number two. I like to put my more sugary components at the bottom of the jar. So we're going to take this full pineapple that I've cut up. We took fresh pineapple, cut it up. We're going to add it right here into the jar. It's going to give us that sweet, it's going to give some sugar for that bacteria to eat. It's going to make it absolutely fantastic. All right, we got that in there. We're going to add 40 grams of ginger, all right? And then we're going to add one yellow bell pepper into that also. Okay. What's next? All right, we got some of our peppers in. We're gonna add these suckers in right here that we just chopped up. And then we're gonna add a little bit of turmeric into this too. You know, I'm thinking on the turmeric, this is an experiment, so we're kind of flying by the seat of our pants right now. Make sure you write everything down in the book, which we're gonna be doing that in just a minute. If you've watched my videos before, you know about the big blue book of recipes, right? We're going to do 1/4 teaspoon. So there's 1/4, 2/4, 3/4, $1, 1 teaspoon. That should be enough in there. The turmeric gives it a great little flavor. Love turmeric. It also gives it a great color when you blend up the sauce. And you'll see that in our next video when I show you how to make the sauce for this. All right, now let's get this filled up with peppers. Another good thing to have, pull down and push stuff down. Use anything, use your fist. Make sure you have your gloves on if you're doing that. Just get everything pressed down inside there. Wow, these peppers, oh, I can tell they're gonna be hot. Okay, we wanna make sure we leave some head space in here. And we still gotta add the onion into it too. Very simple recipe. Hope it turns out great. Probably do one more handful in here. I like the way that looks. Now we're going to add an onion cap. And y'all have seen me doing this in other videos. I like to put a little Onion right here kind of holds everything down, and you can either toss the onion when you're done or you can use it for the fermentation. For this one, I'm thinking I'm going to probably blend it when I do the processing. All right, that's going to leave us some good headspace, holds that down. Now, what's the next step? Water. This is one of probably the biggest questions I get. How much water do I need to add in? How much water do I need to add in? And how much salt? So let's think about that. So I've got distilled water here. This distilled water is 4 liters of distilled water. Now, when measuring water by weight, 1 liter is 1,000 grams. So if I'm going to do a 3.5% brine, that's 35 grams. If I do a 4 liter batch of salt, that's going to be 4 times 35 is 140, right? So I'm going to need 140 grams of salt to make this a 3.5% brine. Now you could do 4%, whatever you want. I like the 3.5% brine. So let's get the salt weighed out. All right, we need, how many did we say? 140. Not going to quite hold enough. Let's do another 15. This will make us at 140 grams of salt. We're going to get that stirred up. This will take a minute to dissolve. Make sure you let it dissolve. All right, let's get the water in there. This is also going to make a mess. Now, one of the things you want to do, once you fill it up, you want to give it enough time for all the air bubbles to get out. I want to fill it up to about right there, just knowing that it's going to settle down. May need some more saltwater brine on this too. Another thing I like to get is a weight to hold it down too. So I use these. You're going to put that right on top and see how it pulls it down. Kind of weighs it down just a little bit more. Get a good lid to put on there. Get it screwed on. Now we're going to add the airlock. 2 pieces. This goes down right here. Add that right on top. So some people use brine. I like to use a little bit of vodka. And bang, we got our fermentation. We're gonna wait about 30 days on this, then we're gonna make a sauce. Texas Big Yellow, straight out of Wimberley, Texas, made by ATX Hot Sauce. If you like our videos, click below to subscribe, check out some of our other ones, and check out part 2 of this video when we actually make the sauce.